Italian Football Podcast.
What formation and system is Retegui best suited to, and what is his actual position, would you say?
Well, Retegui is a classic number 9, a classic centre forward in every sense. Loves getting into the area, loves playing in and around the goal. So dangerous from short range. So that's what it'll bring to you. Just a guy to lead the line with power, with pace. And generally with Tigre, at least over the last season, he's been playing almost always as part of a front two. What Tigre generally do, they play this kind of classic 4-3-1-2 setup. Very traditional in Argentine football, with a playmaker just behind and a kind of a smaller second striker to take a bit of the pressure off Retegui. And he's thrived in that system. Possibly he would struggle to lead the line alone if you put him, in a 4-5-1 or a 4-3-3, because I don't know if he has kind of the all-round game to act as that solitary striker. But if you have someone up with him, he's very good at playing off that second striker and just getting into positions where he can score goals. That's what he's done best.
Okay, that's interesting. So you see him as more of a player that needs to be playing in a two-man attack rather than as a man in the middle of a three. Okay, that's interesting. What would you say are Retegui's strengths and best qualities?
Yeah, as I say, he's a classic centre forward. He's brilliant in the box. He's got a great eye for goal. Unusually, for an Argentine forward, he's so strong in the air. He's a big lad, I think 6'2", a meter 85. Scores a lot of goals with his head, and he's got an absolute grenade for a right foot. Most of his goals, come in around the penalty area, but he has knocked a few in from long range. So as I say, penalties as well. He's very, very reliable from the box. Just general goal scoring and getting the ball in the area and making it count. He's got speed, he's got strength, lots of power to get past the last man. All the attributes of a really classic centre forward.
And what would you say are his weaknesses and areas that he would need to improve on in his game?
Well, I think that would be contained in the same answer. He's not that much of a modern forward in the sense that you're not going to see him dropping back and and playing his teammates in so much. It's very single-minded. I wouldn't want to say one-dimensional, because I think that would be doing him a disservice. But definitely he's a guy that, away from the area and away from the final third, he's not going to contribute a whole lot. His best position is just posted there and waiting for the ball to come for him. Possibly, he's still young and has time to evolve and kind of bring in a more cerebral, more all-round approach to his game. But for now, it's definitely kind of, he has that tendency towards being one-dimensional, which possibly held him back at the start of his career and might hold him back as he progresses kind of through the levels.
Okay, and here is the big question then, based on everything you've said. If you had to compare him to a current or former attacker, who would you compare him to?
It's a tough one. I know just before we were recording, Christian Vieri was mentioned, and that's obviously a big stretch. But there are possibly similarities in the game in terms of his approach and his kind of directness. Another guy who occurred to me, someone like Carlo Higuain, someone who's just got the knack of getting in those positions and being on the end of chances.